Welcome to Night's Arcade, I'm Sleepless Night, and I wanted to explain to my regular viewers exactly what has happened to the channel in the last few weeks and what it means for the future of Night's Arcade. Put simply, I hit a brick wall. Several things were going on in my life at the same time, and whilst trying to concentrate on the channel on one particular day, at the end of lots of things that had happened, my brain just came unraveled. I've been making content on YouTube for 14 years, and sometimes I have experienced temporary burnout, which I class as the feeling you get when you've focused on making content so much for so long that you just don't want to do it anymore. Now, I've had that 3 or 4 times over the last, decade and a half, and it usually just takes a little bit of time off or a new project to recover from it and get back on track. A few weeks ago, though, after taking a couple of weeks off to take care of some voiceover work I'd been putting off, I returned to the channel, made a couple of regular Let's Plays, and then my brain just froze. It broke. I got to the point where my brain was so clogged with crap, I could barely remember my own name. Now, this doesn't mean I'm having a mental breakdown or anything like that, but it has given me pause for thought. You see, several times in the past year, I've said, right, things are going to change on Night's Arcade, and then very little actually changes. And the reason for this, I think, is that I take a few days off, or sometimes a whole week, and about 3 days into that week off, I think, I better start making some content ready for next week when I go back. And because I haven't given myself enough time, that content inevitably ends up being more Let's Play content. Why? Because I'm often halfway through a Let's Play series, and I keep going because I can do it relatively quickly and it allows me to keep my schedule, and that's the key. I've been on YouTube for so long that I just can't seem to escape the mindset that I need to put out several videos a week. So I keep putting out stuff that I have the time to make 2 or 3 times a week in order to keep regular content on the channel and keep feeding the unholy YouTube algorithm, like some Bronze Age farmer convinced that he has to sacrifice a goat once a week or his crops will die. Well, I am done sacrificing goats, no matter how evil their little eyes are, taking a few days off and then coming back to the same old content, time and time again, is just not getting the job done. I'm falling into the same rut over and over again, and I need to break myself out of it. What this means for me and for the channel is that I have decided to take real time off and simply not return until I have a clearer goal and, more importantly, I am once again excited about the content that I'm making, and that hasn't happened for quite a while. Now, this might be 2 or 3 more weeks, or it might be 2 or 3 months, or it might be 6 months. I have no idea. This time, I'm going to take as long as I need to take in order to reboot the channel properly and have a clear idea where I'm going. I wish I could give you guys a clearer timeline, but all I can really say at this point is that it will probably be longer than 3 weeks, but it's not likely to be as long as 6 months. The reason I say this is because I can already feel a little excitement about getting back to making content. I actually have had to resist that urge a little because I knew it was too soon and I'd be going back to making the same stuff. I don't yet have a clear enough picture. I probably would have ended up making the same Let's Plays I always end up going back to making. I want to make content I am passionate about and that I can be proud of. I am proud of my reviews, I'm proud of my ultimate reviews, I'm proud of my story content, my previews, and I am perfectly happy to keep making update videos for the games I am passionate about, like Shipbreaker, because people seem to like those. For my regular Patreon patrons, I will completely understand if you decide to cancel your patronage while I am off clearing my head and cleaning up the channel. I will still be making at least one live stream every week during this time, and I will still make update videos when new updates come around for games like Shipbreaker. But this brings me to another point: monetization. Monetization has always been a secondary point on my channel because I always say make content for yourself first and your viewers second. In my opinion, that is the only way to maintain the passion and enthusiasm that started your channel in the first place, and the best way to make sure that your viewers enjoy what they're watching. If you are enjoying it, you're halfway there. But I also need to have some sort of plan now, so that when I start making regular content again, it's going somewhere. Even if I never make it to some far-off, fantastical destination that I have planned, at least I'm pointing in the right direction when I set off. I also want to mention at this point that I have been running a GoFundMe for a new streaming PC, and I haven't set up money withdrawals for one simple reason. That money is for a new PC and nothing else. No new microphones, no new Stream Deck or other sort of streaming toys or posters or backdrops or lighting or any of that crap. It's for a new streaming PC, and that's it. GoFundMe has given me a deadline to set up withdrawals, and that deadline is August the 11th. That's Wednesday. I have decided just to let that run its course. Which means if I have not reached my funding goal by August 11th, and I don't know what time on August the 11th, so let's just say midnight BST on the night of the 10th to the 11th, everyone who has donated money will be refunded and I will take the campaign down. So basically, if I have not reached the funding goal by Tuesday night, that's it, it's over. And everyone will just get refunded, because that was for a PC and nothing else. So I don't want to accept a portion of that money that people have donated for a streaming PC and just start using it in other places. I don't want to do that. Although it has been fantastic to see the support for the channel during the GoFundMe campaign, I was never entirely sure about it to begin with, to be honest. And while that might seem odd to some, to me, YouTube and my content creation are part of my income and therefore part of my business. And GoFundMe, Patreon, Super Chat, all those things seem a little bit more like charity than money I have earned. So if the GoFundMe doesn't reach its goal, I won't be heartbroken. If it does, great. I don't know when I'll be back to regular videos on the channel, but I can tell you two things. One, it will happen. Don't think that this is me drifting off into the distance now and I'm never going to reappear. It'll definitely happen. The evidence of that, if you needed any, is that I was on YouTube making content for 11 years across 4 different channels before anybody paid any attention to me. 11 years I made content when nobody was watching. I never did this for notoriety. I make content because I can't help making content. I couldn't stop making some kind of content online if I tried, so you can trust me when I say I will be back soon. And 2, when I return, I will not return to making 2 or 3 videos per week. They will be what I want to make as often as I can make it and make it good. If YouTube and the almighty algorithm don't like me making videos that are less frequent but higher quality, then to hell with them. But I have drifted into making lazy content just so that I can make lots of it, and that has to come to an end, or my channel is pointless. I think that's about all I've got to say on this subject. Thank you very much indeed if you've stuck it out this far and listened to the whole thing. I will be back soon once I have figured out exactly what it is I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. Thank you for all your support, both past and future. You can still keep up with me on Discord, Facebook or Twitter, and all these are linked in the video description or in the Nights Arcade channel header, and I will continue streaming every week between now and my return to video making. So I'm not going to stop streaming. I only stream once a week, but I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm going to keep doing that because it's straightforward and fairly simple. So I'll keep doing that and you can keep up with me there. But until next time, whenever that is, from Night's Arcade, this is Sleepless Night saying nighty-night.